us on recording. And hello, everybody. I am Shannon Larice, and I am one of the co-founders of Team Legacy, along with Stacy Larice, my husband. And thank you so much for hopping on this call. As we promised, it's just going to be a quick recap, no more than probably 15-20 minutes, as long as you just cut me off and not be chatty. And we are just going to review a couple of things that we went over in the leadership meeting this week. Lindsay, did you happen to go to the one in DC?
No.
Oh, bummer. Okay, but that's okay, because we're going to go over some key points tonight. And so awesome. Craig emailed me the presentation, and I posted it in our coaches page for all coaches to have access to and review on their time. So, sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that. That's not what I meant to do. I just wanted to.
I had to work.
Yeah, well, we got to do those things sometimes too. So. So we're going to just get right to it. I will make sure that our leadership, our recognition banner is up to date. I think right now it is so far, but I want to get right into what Craig reviewed. And I have multiple computers going on, and if you have the opportunity to do that as well, maybe you have an iPhone, I'm just logged into that YouTube thing. Just because in case if it gets full, you might not be able to get it. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I have notes on two different computers and I'm trying to multitask. If I knew how to access this third one in front of me, I'd have that one going too. So Craig Collier was the person from from corporate who came to visit us. He lives in Salt Lake City, actually Provo, Utah, which is a suburb of Salt Lake City, which is where one of the corporate offices for Beachbody is. It's where Jeff Hill and Michael Neiman live. And they opened up their offices there because it was convenient for them while Carl Zeichler is out in LA. So he came to us because he recognized how well our first Super Sunday event went. And he wanted to kind of do a tour in Virginia to see what kind of leadership there was. And he was really shocked that there wasn't more activity from corporate in this area, because there are so many coaches. So it was great having him. And so some of the things that he is really, really focused on is helping us grow. Okay, helping us grow. And that what I mean by grow is grow as leaders, grow as confident leaders, as to, you should be very proud that you are a part of Beachbody. Not because, of everything, yes, it has a great product, but there are lots of great products out there. But you should be proud of it because we are doing good. We're doing good for others, not just ourselves, but for others as well in the world. And you should be happy about that and confident about that. Whether you know all about the products or not, what you do know is how they make you feel. And that's the best thing that you can go on. And I think most of us do a really good job with that. But we have to be constantly reminded, because there are a ton of naysayers out there. There are a ton of people who want to take something that you have that's really great and awesome, and they usually want to bring you down because of it. So a couple of things that he went over was, first of all, it was called developing a leadership mindset. Our parents grew up in a generation of the 40-40-40 plan, which is you go and you get a good education, you get a 4-year degree. Pretty much today, a 4-year degree just means not much, unfortunately. You get a good job that has benefits, and you stay in that job for 40 years. And you'll be set for retirement. And that's just not true anymore. So he kind of went over some financials and laid some things out. You can look at the presentation regarding that. But some of the things that you should know is that, most companies that are out there First of all, he wanted to say that network marketing is legal. He was really funny about this. He said it's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a, because you'll hear people say things like that. And, those things are because they don't have products and they fall and they break, they don't work because they just don't have a product and they don't have a good product. And what he wanted us to know, he wanted all of us to know is that, their team there at Beachbody, just like any network marketing company, they are wholeheartedly dedicated to their product, making sure it is not just good, but it is the best. And so, because if they don't have a good product, if they don't have the best product, if we don't have the support that we need, then nobody succeeds. So, he said, just be very proud that you're involved in Beachbody, okay? Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into the tips about network marketing, only because you can read that on the slide. What I want to share with you is the 5 principles that are going to help you be a successful leader, okay? And he shared an image of a pianist, and he told a story that a gentleman went up to a piano thinking that he was going to sit in front of a crowd, and never having lessons, said that he felt confident and positive that he had a spirit that he could just walk right out there and play a song in front of millions of people. And unfortunately, there's just no shortcuts. There are things in life and there are mindsets of people where they want things for free. They want to get things quickly. Let's talk about fitness results, right? If we don't lose that 10 pounds in that first month, we're disappointed. Or if we don't lose weight, period, in a week, we're upset. That's not how it works. There are no shortcuts. You need to put the work in and you need to practice. And sometimes that means you fall. Okay. We talk about this all the time. Go for no. You get 30 no's before you get one yes. And that yes is maybe a maybe, right? So, go into this realistically with a tenacious, or a determined outcome in your own mind that, you are going to make this work. It's just going to take some time. Maybe it's going to happen quickly for you regarding wherever you are, whether it's your fitness journey or your business building journey, your team building journey, whatever it is for you, it is going to take time. It's going to take discipline and hard work. And there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days. So that's principle number 1, that there are no shortcuts. But there are best practices. And, these are, I guess, people want to know what you're doing, right? They want to know, how'd you lose all this weight? Maybe they want to know how you built, $1 million company. There's no shortcuts. There's only best practices. There's no secrets to people's success. It's discipline. You're not born with tricks of the trade, and there are no tricks. There's just learned behaviors. And so, we are very fortunate. Stacy and I feel very fortunate to be able to lead you as a team because of what Team Perseverance has put together for us and what corporate has put together for all of us. There are tools, there are best practices, and sometimes there's going to be things that you don't want to do, but sometimes we have to do them in order to, reach whatever level of success we want, whether it's 30 pounds or staying home full time with our families, whatever that is, whatever your journey looks like, it means you have to take the stairs and not the elevator. And Craig made a funny because they have a decision to make every day when they walk into work. Do they take the stairs or do they take the elevator? And he made a joke that nobody ever gets caught dead in the elevator because it's only one floor and there is no excuse. So it was pretty funny. And he asked us all, why should we take the stairs? Are we going to get an immediate result on that first day by taking the stairs? No, right? We're not, but maybe over time, everything is over time, good practice, you may have some rockin' legs by the end of the year because you took the stairs every day. So that was his whole point, and in creating discipline. So number 2 is not just creating a discipline, but having a self-discipline. We can provide you all the tools that you need. We can give you all the meal plans in the world. We can give you all the business building tips to success. He put up a really funny image of, there's 5 tips, all these different, personal development books where, there's 5 tips to success. There's 21 tips to success. It's a matter of which book do you want to read, right? They're all great tips, but they mean nothing. Okay, there's a huge market for success and personal development. However, none of that stuff means anything unless you actually apply it and make it yours and become disciplined. So you need to have self-discipline in no matter what it is. Again, doing your workouts every day, drinking your Shakeology every day, or building a team. What are your behaviors as a business owner? You individually are business owners. Stacy and I are merely mentors. That's it. And actually, we look to you guys just as much as you look to us. So it's creating that mindset that, wow, I really do have a business here, and it's no longer a hobby. Okay. If you want it to be, it could be a hobby. You might be starting out as a hobby because you're tiptoeing in the waters. However, there's going to become a time where it takes off, and you want to be prepared for that. So, which leads us into consistently doing things right. That's principle number 3, consistently doing things right. So planting seeds when the water is low. Right now, this is supposed to be the calmest time of the year. People really aren't, looking to get into health and fitness yet because they're so overwhelmed with the holidays. They're not looking to spend any extra money because they have presents and gifts to purchase. However, this is a perfect time to still have conversations with people because January, February, March, those are the coldest months of the year. People have put pounds on because of the holidays, and they tend to those are the most depressing months, unless you're living in Florida or sometimes where, someplace, California, where it's beautiful and sunshine all the time. January, February, March are pretty gloomy, even here in Virginia. So you want to be planting seeds now. And what I mean by planting seeds is really, I'd rather say forming relationships with people, talking to people. Let them know that you're a coach. I realized that I wasn't really letting people know that I was a coach. I was letting people know that I was having these challenge groups, but I really haven't told people that, hey, I am a Team Beachbody coach. And if you're looking to do a program, gosh, there's nothing worse than your friend going onto Amazon and being like, guess what? I just got the 21-day fix. I'm going to do it too. And you're like, you did? Who's your coach? And they're like, I bought it on Amazon. What's a coach? So a lot of times, we want to be subtle, of course, in some of our Facebook postings. But if people don't know that you're actually a coach, then we're kind of missing the ball there. So consistently do the right things in the right way so that you can catch that wave in January, February, and March, okay? We have a new product launching on Thursday, December 1st. Very exciting, hammer and chisel. We're, of course, all going to get on the call and try and learn as much information as we can about that product in just a few moments. But, keep in mind that that's a product for a specific set group of people who have already been involved in fitness. It doesn't mean that they have to be fitness these gurus, right? It doesn't mean that they have to already be bodybuilders to do hammer and chisel, but this is not a beginner program, and I think we'll learn more about that in a little bit. A book that came up, actually a suggestion that Craig made that everybody do is when you're consistently doing the right things, don't focus on the things that you're not good at. Okay, focus on your strengths, focus on the things that you are really good at. And I can't agree with him anymore. About 2.5 years ago, I was advised in my current job to read a book called Strength Finders 2.0. And it's very good. It's a book maybe about this thick. But it has all these little chapters of all these different types of strengths and personalities. And you go online, you do this little online assessment, and then you learn what your top 10 strengths are. And you read about them, and you learn about yourself and how you interact with different people who have certain strengths and weaknesses. And the whole premise of the book is to focus the majority of on your top 5 strengths. And so I when he brought that up, I was like, everybody needs to read this book. So if you ever need a really good short read, I highly recommend it. Successful people, he mentions, mostly do the things they don't just do the things that they like. I think I already said this. They don't just do the things that they like. They do everything. They do everything that they like, but they also do the things that they don't like because they know that they need to do everything. It's the law of sacrifice to make something happen and work. Principle number 4, and I'm moving right along here, I think I'm doing good on time, is that you are the CEO of your own company. I mentioned this earlier. Stacy and I in no way, form are your bosses. Of course, we maybe have been doing this a little bit longer than some of you. However, we're here just to advise you on the things that have maybe worked for us. There are certainly other leaders out there and Beachbody coaches that have excellent processes. I don't necessarily believe in reforming the wheel, but I do like tweaking it to make it my own. And that's what each of you should be doing, is that, remember, you're not Beachbody. You are Cindy, you are Lindsay, you are Anthony, you are Amanda, you're Brian. Everybody on this call can't see everybody else, but you are you. And I just want you to realize that we are merely here to help. That's it, right? That's what we do. We help people. So, and once you get those consistent habits going, okay, the sooner you start them, the quicker that compound effect. For those of you who have read that book, or he describes a flywheel. I don't really know what a flywheel is. Did anybody have a hard time with that wheel picture? I don't know.
I'm following that either, but that's all right.
I mean, it's not that I'm a spring chicken. I should know what it is, but I really didn't know. But what I understand is that once it goes, it doesn't stop. And there will come a time in your business building where you won't be able to quit your business even if you wanted to, because it's just going to be a well-oiled wheel. It's going to keep going and going. So, and that's a really good place to be. Lastly, attitude is everything. And you know what? Actually, I think our team has an awesome attitude. Everybody's energy is always so great. Occasionally, we get, in our little moods, and that's okay, because, there's somebody else to pick you back up. But, attitude is everything. And the best analogy, and this is going to crack you up. Do you have a problem if you had a pitcher of water? Would you have a problem walking around a room and asking people if they would like some? No, right? If it was a hot day and you're all sitting around the pool and your job that day was to walk around the pool and ask people if they needed some water, you'd have no problem. And many people may say, no, thank you. no thank you, no thank you. And you have to just smile and walk away. It's okay. But later they know, where's that girl with that pitcher of water? And it's going to be you. And they're going to turn around and be like, water, please. So think of it being that simple. We know how awesome this is. We know how great it is, and be proud of it. And be persistent. He used his daughter here as the example that, find that inner teenage girl who wants an iPhone. And, you as a parent may not want to get your child an iPhone yet. They may not be ready for that, but that girl wants it. And no matter what, she's going to keep asking for it, no matter what you do for her. He bought her an iPod, which is very comparable. I guess you can make phone calls on them nowadays. I didn't know that. But as soon as she had it, within a day, she was like, so when do you really think I'll get an iPhone? And he's like, wow. So he advised we all find our inner teenage girl and be persistent with inviting and sharing the water with the world. So for this moment, that was pretty much everything. Again, I posted the presentation in our coaches page because you guys, everybody should have access to it. Craig Collier, make sure you friend him on Facebook. He knows everybody on our team now. Team Legacy is on the map, which is so cool. He's devoted to us. He's already talking about the next time he can come down, or maybe even be on a Zoom call with all of us on a Monday night. Super, super cool. He's so excited about the energy of our team. So I would like to open up the phone here for the next maybe 3 minutes. If anybody has anything to add from the meeting that they want to say.
You did a really nice job recapping the meeting, Shannon. I was really dialed into all of those things. One of the things that he talked about, which I just found was really helpful, was this business of your elevator story, right? So if you've got 2 minutes in an elevator with somebody and they're like, oh, what do you do? Be able to tell them in 2 minutes or less what it is that you do. What is your role as a coach? How are you helping people? How are you changing lives? Why are you passionate about it? Whatever your why is for coaching, be able to share that with someone in a way that they're going to walk away and be like, wow, and so you've planted a seed with them. So it's something that I've been thinking on since we met. And it's also helping me with my game plan for how I'm approaching social media, that kind of thing. So I just think that was a good, nice little tidbit that he added.
Absolutely. He asked us all to try and share why we were Beachbody coaches, and I failed. I couldn't stay within 2 minutes. Anyway, anybody else want to share anything?
No, I think honestly, I'm with Amanda on that. I really felt like the 2-minute speech is something I need to work on, because it's hard. It's hard I'm new in it, so it's of course going to be difficult. But it's like I always related more to being new and instructing as well. So it's like I have less than 30 seconds to explain this next move and hope everybody understands what it is. So that's like that 2-minute ride in the elevator. So it's like I don't want to throw in so much information at somebody so that in that 2 minutes they're like, that guy was a freak, and then they get out of the elevator and leave. So I want to.
What part do you want to share with them? Do you want them to know that you change people's lives, or do you want them to know that you're a fitness instructor? Right?
That's true.
What part do you really want to tell them? Do you want them to change people's lives with you, or do you want them to become a fitness instructor with you or come to your class? Maybe you want both, but again, elaborate on that. So
it's so hard to balance the both.
I know, because we're so proud, right? We're so proud of everything we do. Any questions? Anyone else want to say anything, or?
Just great job, Shannon.
Oh, thanks, Stacy. I wouldn't have been able to do it, folks, without his notes. He's the one who took these awesome notes during the meeting. So thanks for hopping on, Stace. I know you're still at work. Okay, well, if nobody has any questions at this time, I promised we would be under 20 minutes and we're at 25. So let's go ahead and hop on the YouTube link. Does everybody have access to it? Did you see it? I actually put it in the thread where this team call link was.
I'm looking at a page that says this live event will begin in a few moments, and it says Becky Brossette, Superstar Diamond. Is that what you're looking at?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. And so then it just comes on.
Yep. It's
Okay.
a live, it's going to be a
It's
live
a YouTube stream, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a live YouTube stream.
Okay.
And I don't know what the cap is, but I can tell you that this is a public event. Okay.
There's 2 people watching it. I doubt that's accurate.
I know. I see the same thing.
Yeah. Well, it could be the 2 people who are running it. That's what it could be,
Oh.
and they haven't made it go live yet. So,
Come on, guys. Everyone jizzle.
yes. All right. Well, hey, Brian, it's really good to see you.
Hey,
How's your back feeling?
a lot better. Took a while, but I'm glad it's going away. I got
Awesome.
about one more percent to go.
Good. I saw that. You were like 99%. I'm like, that's pretty good.
It's been awful. I've been nursing it and don't want to overdo it either, and I've just been trying to take it easy.
No, that's the right thing to do. I have certainly been there, and I can understand there's nothing worse than back pain. So when you start working out again, if it hurts, that means don't do it.
Yeah, and
But-
that's why a
but
couple
do what
times I
you
just
can.
laid low.
Yeah, and just do what you can. So,
Yep.
all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for hopping on. And we will see you. You can ping us at any time.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.